Hi everyone. Welcome to Pulse Cup. So Pulse Cup is basically like a World Cup companion app where fans can just come and react, predict, and basically compete in real time. Basically this app is powered by the TX line data feed, and I created the app in the sense that the engine basically turns goals, cards, every sort of event, corners into, reaction prompt and prediction challenges. Basically, you can build streak, you can escalate through, five mood tires, and you can have like a generatable or a shareable recap card every single match. So, yeah, this is the basic landing page, and we're just going to see a bit of how it works, a live session, basically just everything about the whole application. So we're just going to go ahead and go to the matches section. So yeah, apparently we don't have any live match currently, as this is 16th of July. You can see that we just have a bit of matches that were played yesterday, which is the semi-finals. So I'm just going to go ahead and test out the France v Spain. So apparently the text line data feed powers the application with real time data, right? But because of the nature of the hackathon and stuff, right? Since the hackathon judging session will be after the World Cup, I created a system where I could replay all the events for a particular match, the goals, the corners, the interactions, the cards, and everything. So we'll just go ahead and test out the replay session that would allow somebody to come and replay all the events in a particular match. So for example, in this match we had about 18 events, and if you check the Argentina versus Switzerland, we have about 19 events. So yeah, we could also see Argentina versus England and stuff, but that has not settled in. So we're just going to go ahead and test out the Argentina versus the France v Spain. So basically, like I explained earlier, the replay section of our application, I sort of snapshotted all the events from the text line feed. I'm just going to go ahead and test out the application. So we could go into the mobile mode here, and we can just go ahead and test. So this is going to play out all the events of the match. I'm just going to say so we could see kickoff. Then there was a goal 60 minutes, so we could say, oh, which team scores the next goal. I could just say home, which is going to be France, and it's going to take that in. There'll be another card in the next 10 minutes. No. So we can still see some events. We can see that there was no goal, there was no card, there was no anything. And I choose that there was going to be a goal and there was not going to be any card. So we could just say, oh, react to the last moment of the match. I'm like, oh, I was so shocked. I was literally so shocked. So yeah, we can see that the replay has been completed and I got nothing, and I could just go ahead and share my recap as well. So yeah, we could go ahead and test out the France, Argentina, Switzerland, which had about 19 events. So yeah, we could go ahead and play this. You can see, oh, I called it, yeah, it's kickoff. And you can see there was a red card straight away right in the match, and I'm just going to say, would there be another card? I'll say no. And I'll be like, red card, game change, corner kick, blah blah blah. A lot of reactions are going through, and you can see how a snapshot has been taken and how the snapshot is being like replayed for the whole system and stuff. So I predicted for a live challenge, which and that one is here. So I'm just going to say the away team is going to score the next goal. I can see that the engine is going to check. We can see that the engine is going to check something, and yeah, so we can see that um Postcop has generated like a recap card again, and you can see that I got one out of two questions, and I was a bit slow, so I'm just going to yeah. So this is how Postcop works. Nothing too much, nothing too basic. I'm just um showing how I'm using TextLine as my data source for this application. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching.